What's going on YouTube? It's AvrielR32 here, bringing you guys a deck challenge, deck profile video. This deck challenge that I'm doing is with my friend slash YouTuber slash editor, Gage X Scapegoat. Link to his channel will be in the description. But the deck challenge that me and him decided to do was an HIV deck profile, as in other words, a virus deck, which of course revolves around the 3 cards, Deck Devastation Virus and Eradicator Epidemic Virus. So you run 3 of each, of course, and you run monsters which you can be able to use these cards with. So pretty much the way that this deck challenge is going to work, is that you're going to go on both of our channels, or just watch both the videos. This is my deck profile, as you can see. And then Gage X Scapegoats is going to be on his channel whenever he decides to post it. I think he already did post it, technically, so he might make changes to it before he reposts it. I don't know. I might just link his original HIV deck. But I said to him, I'll make this a deck profile challenge. And this is my spin on the deck. Of course, like I said, it's an HIV deck, and it revolves around the Eradicators and the Deck Devies. Because once you get off 2 Eradicators, you're going to call spells for 1, traps for 1, and then once you get off Deck Devi, it can really screw up your opponent. So, also for my headset has been kind of messing out lately, so you might need headphones for this kind of video. So, starting off with the monster lineup, you have 3 Giant Kozaki, 3 Fuseler Dragon the Dual Mode Beast, 2 Exiled Force, 2 Tardy Orc, 1 Mist Archfiend, 1 Morphing Jar, 1 Gores, and 1 Dad. A lot of you guys are probably wondering what the heck most of these cards do. Giant Kozaki is, if there's no face-up Kozaki on board, he pops, and then whenever he's face-up on the field and he's destroyed, you inflict damage equal to the original attack of this card to its current controller. So really he's only meant because since he's a 4-star, you can set him, and then you can, next turn, your opponent draws, you either activate Eradicator or Deck Devi, and then Tribute as the cost, and then it recognizes it that it's a valid target, and therefore its effect kicks in. You could also maybe throw in creature swap, and maybe in the side deck, so that you could go summon Kozaki, creature swap, pass, Kozaki pops, and then the current controller would be your opponent, so that they would take 25. Fuseler Dragon, he can be normal summon or set without a tribute, and if you do, his original attack and defense is halved. You can set him, since it says that you can set. And once you set him, he still has his original attack and defense, so you can activate the Deck Devi or the Eradicator on the Fuseler and still get off the effect. Exiled Force, this came from the original build that Gage saw. I'm kind of iffy on it. I don't really like it. There's other better cards out there that that you can use. Also, as you can see, this is for next format. There's other cards out there that you can use besides Exiled Force. But he can be tributed to target a card on the field and destroy it. Just personally, to me, there's better stuff out there. But it's for this kind of deck, like I said, you can take your own spin on it. And then we've got 2 Tardy Orc. When I was talking to Gage about this, he was originally using 2 Axe Dragonoot, which is a 2000 beater that whenever it attacks, it switches to defense, but it has 0 defense, if I'm correct. So I just like Tardy Orc better because number 1, you're using Skill Drain, and if you summon Tardy Orc first turn, then essentially you just plussed because you don't have to wait a turn for him to attack. You can just go immediately, summon Tardy Orc, pass since it's my first turn, and then next turn attack. I know Capital G, he did a huge long video about why Tardy Orc's a good card. But for this kind of deck, it does put in work, and you'll also see why from some of my other card choices. Mist Archfiend, he can be normal summon without tributing, and then if you do during the end phase, it's destroyed and you take 1000 damage. So really, you're just going to go summon, activate Deck Devi, tribute off, and get that effect. Then we've got Morphing Jar, Gores, and Dad. You can get some dead hands, and Gores just prevents the OTKing, and Dark Arm, most of your monsters are dark. For the spells, we have the Seal of Void Kalkos, my favorite card. 1 One-Day Peace, 2 Upstart Goblin, 2 Potted Duality, 1 Card Destruction, 1 Heavy Storm, triple MST, and Dark Hole. The back row is a real problem against this deck, so you need to be able to be sure to get rid of it. The double Upstart and the One-Day Peace, like I said, this is for next format. The deck originally used 3 Upstart Goblin, but personally I like One-Day Peace just because it's able to help slow down your opponent. Yes, your opponent does get the draw, but either that's not really going to matter because of the fact that they aren't going to be able to do any kind of damage to you in any way, shape, or form. So having that one day piece can help you. And then of course the 2 Upstart Goblin, same thing, 1 day piece, just good draw power. Pot of Duality to add consistency. This deck can have problems with consistency, and you want to be able to get your deck devies and Eradicators off as quick as you can. The Seal, the reason why I'm using the Seal is because, number one, your opponent is more than likely not going to waste 2 MSTs or an MST in a Heavy Storm or something like that on the Seal. It's more than likely going to sit on board unless your opponent's all like using field spells as well. And plus with the Seal, it makes Exile Force 15, and it makes your target Orc 27 so that you can use Eradicator on it. It makes your Mist Archfiend 29 so that you can use Eradicator on it. It makes Gores a huge-ass beat stick, and it makes Dark Arm also a huge-ass beat stick. And the thing is that you don't really do a lot of special summoning except for Dark Arm and Gores. And the extra deck, I mean, you do need an extra deck, but you also don't need an extra deck with this deck. It's better to have an extra deck, but really the extra deck isn't a huge necessity. I've been testing Seal and I like it. It's kind of like in Macro Rabbit. If you're using Monster Reborn with double or even triple macro, you know, you gotta make sure when you play the Monster Reborn. It's just you know, it's hard to explain. Like, you need to be sure you know when to play the Seal. You know, it's that kind of thing with Macro and Monster Reborn, both running those in the same deck. You know, you need to be sure when you activate the Macro and when you activate Reborn. Just that kind of thing. Traps, of course, triple deck Devi, triple Eradicator. It's called HIV for a reason, guys. Double Skill Drain, and double Macro, 1 Bottomless, 1 Warning, and double Compulse. The trap lineup near the end is kind of weird. I know, but I know Gage was showing me his build, and he originally was using triple Skill Drain and triple Macro. I don't like that at all. I don't like the fact that you're sitting with a bunch of triple Macro, which can be pretty much dead. It's like an empty filler. Like D Fisher is an empty filler. It has one effect, and that's it. Like, it doesn't really serve you in any other way. So that's why I like 2 Skill Drain and 2 Macro. That just personal player preference. I like that better. And then the 1 Bottomless, the 1 Warning, and the double Compulse. Compulse is just too good. You want to keep the monster presence off board, and if your opponent tries to MST something, you know, at the end phase, well, they would be doing that to a Bottomless or a Warning anyway. Solemn Judgment isn't a huge necessity in this deck. You could just throw it in and make the deck 41. It all depends on you. I personally just didn't want to use it. I felt that Solemn was just not needed. But double Compulse is just too good. I like it better than using Bottomless and Warning. I'd rather just have one of each, and you know, kind of have that out, but then have Compulse to be able to just get it off the board, instead of fearing the MST that they're gonna MST or Heavy Storm the Bottomless of the Warning. Whereas if I've got the Compulse, I can just immediately activate the Compulse. So extra deck is all based on you guys' opinions and your player preference of what it is that you want to run in this deck and what you feel most comfortable with. Is this like a huge regional competitive deck? No, it's you know, it's just, you know, something fun to do. But like I said, you know, it's pretty consistent. It's definitely consistent once you end up getting the deck Devi and the Eradicator off. I mean, there's just no way that the opponent's going to be able to fight back, especially if you get off 2 Eradicators and 1 deck Devi. It's just GG. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support you've been showing me lately. I saw that Slim Extreme Symmetry finally gave me a shout out, so not just Charlie, but me too. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support. I'm almost up to 90 subs. I'm at 84 right now. So if you guys could just please leave a like or a favorite on this video. I don't want to try and sound like a sub whore or anything. But just thank you guys for all the support you've been showing me. I love you guys to death. You guys are awesome. And I think that is it. So let me know in the comments below who made the better HIV deck. Was it Gage X Scapegoat or me? Bye.